One of my absolute favorite new vehicles available today isn't some crazy exotic, it doesn't have 500 plus horsepower, and it definitely won't cost you an arm and a leg to purchase. So what is this mystery machine? Well, it's the Ford Maverick Hybrid. For help finding your next ride, check out the GreenCars Buyer's Guide. This easy-to-use tool lets you quickly compare a range of efficient vehicles to find the model that's right for you. To learn more, head on over to greencars.com. The future of driving starts here. The Maverick is a petite pickup that looks and feels far more premium than its modest price tag would ever suggest. Smaller than mid-size models like the Chevy Colorado or Toyota Tacoma, the Maverick here is actually based on a unibody architecture, so there's no separate frame like you get with most trucks out there. This car-based foundation provides additional refinement and efficiency at the expense of some capability, but do not underestimate the Maverick. It may be small, but it's also mighty. This truck has a max payload rating of 1,500 pounds, which is pretty impressive. The Maverick can also drag a literal ton, but with the optional 4K tow package, that number doubles to 4,000 pounds. And those figures are valid no matter what's under the hood, either the efficient hybrid system, like we have here, or the potent 2-liter EcoBoost engine. We'll check out the interior and see how this Ford compares to a couple rival models here in just a minute, but first, we have got to talk about this, the FlexBed. No, not that kind. Now this cargo box has just 54.4 inches of length at the floor, and you get about 42.6 inches between the wheel wells, which is not a lot of space, but this bed is still extremely versatile, and you can actually haul 4x8 sheets of material in this truck. There are also pockets in the bed sides, so you can make your own cargo dividers. We have plenty of tie-down points. There's a small storage cubby in the sidewall, and we even have a durable spray-in bed liner to help prevent scratches, dents, and rust. The Maverick's FlexBed also features integrated bottle openers right on the tailgate. We have a 120-volt household power outlet, which is super convenient, and there are even LED lights. So earlier I mentioned you can haul full 4x8 sheets of building material in this tiny bed, and here's how you do that. So if I come around the back here, I just pop the tailgate, then I take the support cable, just like this, I remove it and clip it to this upper stud. Obviously you would do that on both sides, but for the sake of demonstration, I'm just doing it here. As you can see, that locks the tailgate in a mid position between fully closed and fully open, which allows you to slide those sheets of drywall or plywood into the bed right on top of those wheel wells. Now, of course, those sheets are going to be sticking out a little bit beyond the end of the tailgate here, but it's still amazing that the small Maverick can haul those full-size sheets of building material. But tell me, is this enough versatility to meet your day-to-day needs? Well, leave us a comment down below because I'm fascinated to hear what you guys think of the Maverick. But I'm just going to put this back now, and next, let's check out this truck's simple but thoughtfully designed interior. So, the Maverick's interior is not fancy, and just about everything is made of hard plastic, but the build quality is excellent and nothing feels cheap. Unique textures and some bright colors really cheer things up, and overall this is a perfect example of a low-cost interior that is done very well. As for technology, we've got a simple digital instrument cluster that's very easy to see and adjust. Then on the dashboard, we've got a huge 13.2-inch touchscreen that's home to a Sync 4 infotainment system that is very intuitive and quite responsive, even if it's not the speediest system of all time. As for comfort, this Maverick's front seats are absolutely fantastic. They manage to be both squishy and supportive at the same time. In this particular model, they are also heated, ditto for the steering wheel, and I will say they are very well heated. These things will absolutely roast your giblets when you turn the heaters on, which you do from the touchscreen right here. And this is also how you adjust the vehicle's HVAC system. You can pull the menu up just like that. And I would much prefer at least some redundant physical controls, though this setup does work well enough. Now, this truck's back seat is a little bit less hospitable. 6-foot-tall adults will find the legroom a little bit tight, and the backrest is fairly upright, though it's not all bad news because no matter which row of seats you're sitting in, the Maverick has tons of headroom. That lower cushion also flips up, revealing more storage space. The Maverick's door panels are super versatile as well, with lots of room for water bottles and other stuff. The center console here, it's loaded with storage cubbies to stash your stuff when you're out for a drive. Plus, you can even get this vehicle with a wireless charging pad. But now, let's see how this Ford stacks up to a couple of its rivals, and then we'll go for a drive. With its unibody structure, trim dimensions, and available electrified powertrain, the Ford Maverick doesn't have many direct competitors. The only real rivals are the Honda Ridgeline and Hyundai Santa Cruz, neither of which is offered as a hybrid. Since we already covered the FlexBed, let's focus on powertrains, efficiency, and pricing. Now, hybrid Mavericks are motivated by a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine that is matched to an electronically controlled, continuously variable automatic transmission, or eCVT for short. Total system output here is a respectable 191 horsepower. In comparison, the Honda features a snarly 3.5-liter V6 that delivers 280 horses, while the Santa Cruz offers two drivetrains, a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder or a 2.5 turbo. The former delivers 191 horsepower, and the latter 281. When it comes to fuel economy, the Maverick delivers an impressive 38 miles per gallon combined with front-wheel drive, or 37 if you opt for all-wheel drive like we have here. In comparison, the most efficient Ridgeline, which comes standard with all-wheel drive, should return just 21 mpg combined, while the front-drive Santa Cruz with that base engine is rated at 25. Finally, let's talk about pricing. The entry-level 2026 Maverick Hybrid should have an MSRP that's a whisker less than 30 grand, including a steep $1,845 in destination fees. Unfortunately, that's still highly affordable in 2026, where practically everything seems ridiculously expensive. In comparison, the base Honda Ridgeline Sport should start at right around $42,000 with $1,495 for delivery, while the front-drive Santa Cruz SE's price is roughly 31 grand and change, with $1,600 for those pesky destination fees. Overall, the Maverick Hybrid is way more efficient than the Ridgeline or Santa Cruz, and it's more affordable, so how about that? And this truck is just as economical in the real world. In fact, in mixed driving, I've been getting just shy of 36 miles per gallon without even trying, and honestly, I think that's pretty fantastic. Now, you might think just 191 system horsepower would be woefully inadequate in 2026, but that is not the case at all. The Maverick Hybrid here has plenty of scoot, whether you're in stop-and-go traffic or out on the highway. I'll tell you, the performance here is really quite good, especially when you factor in that fuel economy. This truck's powertrain is also smooth and quiet, producing little ruckus or vibration, and overall this setup feels almost the same as Toyota's mainline hybrid system, which should be no coincidence because Ford uses essentially the same technology. This vehicle also remains nice and hushed, no matter how fast you're going or how far your foot is on the accelerator pedal. Now, when it comes to handling and braking, this little Ford truck also excels. The steering in this vehicle feels nice and substantial, though the ratio is also fairly quick, which helps the Maverick here feel extremely agile, and I would say quite fun to drive as well. Additionally, the braking is very easy to modulate smoothly, and the transition between the regen and the friction brakes is basically seamless. And lastly, let's talk about driver aids. Amenities like automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, and automatic high beams should all be standard across the Maverick model range. But if you want some higher end goodies, features like adaptive cruise control with stop and go capability, lane centering, or a great 360-degree camera system, you're going to have to step up to the top shelf Lariat trim because that is the only model that has those features. So if you want a Maverick with lots of tech, you're going to have to spend a little bit more money. Beyond that, Blue Cruise, which is Ford's excellent hands-free driving aid that works on limited access divided highways, that is not offered on the Maverick at any trim level for any price, which is really too bad. But anyway, let's recap the strengths and weaknesses of this truck and then get to my final thoughts. In the pluses column, the Maverick's interior looks great and works well. The fuel efficiency is seriously impressive. From in-cabin storage to that innovative FlexBed, this truck offers huge versatility. You might be surprised just how refined this Ford is, and the hybrid drivetrain's performance is more than respectable. As for downsides, a little more backseat space would be nice. That destination charge keeps creeping up, and certain high-end features have limited availability, plus Blue Cruise isn't offered at all. But really, those are my only complaints here. Overall, the Maverick Hybrid is one of the best pickup trucks available today thanks to its efficiency, versatility, and refinement. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you can get a base XL model for right around 30 grand, but even this mid-range 2025 XLT trim with all-wheel drive and a couple options is still extremely affordable. The MSRP here is just $36,115 with delivery, and you'd be hard-pressed to find another car or truck that offers as much as this one does for the price, which is why I love the Maverick. Now that said, if you're looking for another versatile vehicle with a gasoline-electric powertrain, consider the Subaru Forester Hybrid. This SUV looks great, it's got a nice interior, and it offers some surprising capability. And you can check out my full review of this vehicle right now by clicking the link over here.